which means the recipient did not receive any part of this message. It's not just the parts that were a problem were excised out. They got none of this. It's back to the sender's responsibility to reform and reframe this communication. So it lists that there were 2 violations. Again, the way we have written it retrieves a snippet of the conversation around the part in question. You don't have to have that. You can configure this yourself. So it says the part that talked about cancer caused a major violation of the HIPAA content check. Also, it says your IM contained a Social Security number, which violated a different policy called the Protect the Social Security Number Disclosure. We don't print the Social Security number in here because you'll see in a moment when I go to the archive that if you think it's a Social Security number, you don't want it to show up in the archive either. We allow you to specify recommendations that are actionable that help people decide what the right thing to do is. So in this case, these rules said the HIPAA regulations prohibit open communication revealing identifiable information. Please use a secure and approved means to transmit this information. This is a reminder. This is not the right way to fling this kind of data around. It's regulated. Also, don't send IM with national identifiers. Right? If I end the conversation and I go back to the archive, I'll see, well, let's see. There it is. Come on. I will see the conversation here very clearly spec'd out. There was a violation. There is chat summary information that will summarize, let's see. Oh, it says how many warnings. It doesn't actually say how many. Oh, 1 message was rejected. There it is. So there's metadata that can be looked at programmatically so that you can find out which conversations actually have the this indicator that says there was a rejected message, or this indicator that says that you couldn't even enter the conversation. So we have a lot of different ways for compliance officers to get their job done. And the final test I'm going to do is something that is related to many industries and just common sense. It's to prevent people from sending credit card information to each other. So let's see. Back over here. I should make this font larger. It's really kind of hard to see, isn't it? Two, three, four. All right. I had to type it carefully because a credit card with a typo in it is not a credit card, right? It's not the intent to type a 15-digit number. It's the intent to actually have a well-formed credit card. And so the software is very careful to not detect things that aren't credit cards. If I had taken that same number and changed the last digit to something that's a different kind of Amex card, I change it to a 0. It's not a credit card because it doesn't match all the checksum information and the, all of the things that are important. So we have a number of rules. They catch a number of things, and they regulate. They help people achieve some IM compliance according to how Rafael described the universe. Is that fine, Rafael? Should I turn it back to you?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. So I hope that you'll take away just a couple of ideas here. Some of these were covered, some are really, I guess, sort of new and just in closing. First of all, that email is a form of turbocharged, instant messaging is a form of turbocharged email. And as such, you really need to treat it as if it were email. IM creates a written business record that can be subpoenaed and used as evidence in litigation or regulatory investigation. So adherence to a strategic IM management program complete with written rules and policies is really a legal and business necessity for any organization that allows employees to use IM. So server-based archiving and policy enforcement technology manages public IM traffic at the discretion of corporate IT. With products such as this, management can monitor use, block content in compliance with policy, retain and store messages, block attachments, something we didn't show you today, but we can do, and prevent information leakage amongst other features. This gives management control while employees still can enjoy instant chats with the outside world. One thought that you should take, that I would like you to take away, is that you shouldn't assign the technology department the sole responsibility for developing and implementing your strategic IM program. You should allow IT to determine how long, allowing IT to determine how long a message is stored on the system may expose your organization to legal challenges from litigators who claim that your record retention decisions are driven by technology, not by the law. So instead, you should have your CIO work together with legal, compliance, records management, and HR professionals to develop and implement a strategic IM program, complete with clear retention, deletion, discovery, and litigation response rules, especially those that meet the specific needs of your organization and employees. Employers can be held to responsible for the misconduct of their employees, known as vicarious liability. This legal principle applies when an employee files a discrimination claim as a result of an offensive instant message sent by another employee. However, if an employer makes reasonable efforts to prevent a hostile work environment through IM policy, training, and enforcement, then the bad acts of one rogue employee might not be attributable to the employer, and the organization may have a defense against sexual harassment or other hostile work environment liabilities. So IM belongs to the employer, not the employee. That means, that implies that you should use written policy to notify employees that the computer system as a whole, including the IM system, the messages, and user IDs belong to the organization, not the individual. You should clarify that the organization has the right to access and review the content of any instant messages that it created, stored, transmitted, or received using resources provided by the company. And most importantly, the one that I want to leave you with is, if you have any doubt of your employees' willingness to adhere to IM policy, content guidelines, and usage rules, you should apply a technology solution to your people problem. Install an enterprise IM system and a product that monitors and filters content in compliance with the organization's written rules and policies and any applicable government or industry regulations. All right, so you saw a demo, but here's your opportunity to actually try out the products that we showed you today. We are running a free trial of the IM Archiver and Policy Enforcer during the month of September. It's a week-only trial, meaning that you can give it a try in your test systems or wherever you want. For a week, monitoring a single same-time server, and that during that time, our support team will work with you to install it and answer any questions that you may have, as well as advise you beforehand what you need to do to prepare for the installation. We'll have a member of our team work with you to schedule this installation and trial, coordinate the support, and make sure that you get out of it what you need. In other words, it's not just a download from this website kind of trial and good luck. We will work with you to make sure that you get out of the evaluation what you need. To try it out, it's very simple. Just email me at the address that you see on the slide for you. All right, so we are a little bit over 12 o'clock. We'll still hope that you have some questions and that we're going to open up the microphones. I'll let Don do that for you.
Thanks, Rafael. Thanks, Ken, for your presentations. I do have a question that came through via the chat while you guys were presenting. There's a question on the table that says, is there a product for collaboration platforms such as Connections?
There is not currently.
Okay. It was mentioned that there is a penalty of $1 million per day. Are there any other penalties that you're aware
with FERC?
of?
I was specifically with the Federal Energy Regulation Commission. I'm not sure. I would actually have to find out to be specific, but I did take note of that when I did my research. There may be other penalties, but again, that is specific to the energy industry. If you can get me the name of the person that's asking, I will find out for them and let them know.
Okay, I will make sure that gets passed on to you. The next question coming in is, aside from keywords such as a social security number or credit card that you displayed, can you customize settings based on a different set of parameters?
So yeah, actually that's a point that we didn't really cover, but the applications that you saw are set up so that you can create new rules and customize rules. So that's an important factor that we feel because, of course, laws aren't static. There may be new requirements placed. So yes, the answer is yes, we can add new rules as necessary and customize the ones that are there.
Okay. I want to thank everyone for joining us. I want to thank, again, Rafael and Ken for taking the time to be with us. If anybody does have any more questions, please feel free to send them in to us at info@gbs.com, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Or if you want to find out a little bit more information on the IM Control product that Ken demonstrated, you see there's a web address on your screen, or you can go to our website, gbs.com, and under the products you'll find a section for Sametime where you can find more information on IM Control. We encourage you to take advantage of Rafael's trial offer that comes in the month of September. And I want to thank everyone again for your time spent with us today, and hope we see you on a future group talk. Thank you, everyone.
And that concludes this edition of Group Talk. Thanks for watching. To engage in conversations with us, visit twitter.com/gbsknows. To stay up to date, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/joingbs. And to watch entertaining and informative videos, visit youtube.com/gbsknows. And don't forget, visit our website and send us an email at gbs.com and info@gbs.com. Thanks again.